Alright, Shalom. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash, double honor to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, and salutation to the hopeful elect that pushes this truth in the four corners and the highways and byways. All honor is due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakadash. This is your brother, Bar Daniel, with a video concerning, this is breaking down Jeremiah chapter 5 and from verse 3 to 5. Alright? So let me start it off. This is Jeremiah 5 and verse 3. It says, O Yahweh, are not thine eyes upon the truth? Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. And this talking about these Israelites, 2/3 of our people. I don't say Israelites in the whole, because a piece of time, the 1/3 elect, some of them stubborn as hell. Israel in the whole is just a stubborn nation, you know. It said, Thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. Thou hast consumed them, but they have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. You understand? They don't want to return to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai because his ways is not of this world. This world, you know, is easy for you to go off in this world, you understand? And this is a scripture in Baruch 2 and Baruch 2 and 30. It says, For I know that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves, and shall know that I am Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, their power. For I will give them an heart and an ears to hear, you know. And this talking about Israel is stiff-necked, right? This is going back to making the faces hard. They don't want the truth, because in Isaiah they tell them to tell the pastors to speak unto them smooth things. Don't tell them no truth. Prophesy deceits. You understand? And this is what Israel like. They didn't want to return. Verse 4. It says, Therefore I said, surely these, this is Jeremiah 5 and verse 4, yeah? Therefore I said, surely these are poor. They are foolish, for they know not the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, nor the judgments of their power. You know, because, hey, going back way on to slavery and all these things, they was stripped from us, you know. If you go to Jeremiah 17 and 4, and thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not, for ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever. You understand? So we will forget the heritage, and they're going back all the way there. You understand? We forget judgments, we forget who we are. We call ourselves other language, other names, speaking other languages, and all that, you know. It said, therefore I said, surely these are poor. These are poor. They only call we poor. Because what? We at one time we had the truth, and there's only the rich. And this truth is really the true riches, you know. Knowing your identity, knowing yourself. This was true riches. You own your money out there, so now there's no true riches, because at the end of the day, it's not even money. You don't even own it. You understand? But your identity is something that nobody can take away from you. Being an Israelite, getting the last and commandments, it does make you the most richest person to get. But if you go to I can read Hosea 4 and 6 first, concerning the foolishness of our people. Then I'm going to show you why we're poor and why we're rich. Right, Daniel, Hosea, Salak, yeah? Holding a lot of precepts. Is Hosea 4, verse 6. He said, My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I also will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And this will make we a poor nation as well, you know. Because, hey, we backsliding. You backsliding 2/3. We want to return to the Heavenly Father. Now you're left as a poor man in the world, running after Esau riches, which isn't riches. Dollar bills, paper money that could be printed, which is backed by nothing, isn't riches, you know? Know yourself. Knowing what you're going to receive in the kingdom of heaven, this true riches, man. You know? Yeah. So I'm going to read Psalms. No, I'm going to the poor first. This is Revelations 2. I ain't really got no particular order in which this thing is. So just breaking down the precept as it comes, yeah? This is Revelations 2 and verse 9. It says, I know thy works, and thy tribulation, and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are of the synagogue of Satan. And the point in the scripture is that although we are poor, we're rich. And it's talking about the men, women, children, which is 1/3, the remnant of the elect, who know themselves today. They are the true rich people on this earth. You know? Because, hey, we come from a rich background. We don't know nothing but poor before slavery and all that. We're a God-fearing people. You know what I mean? We had everything. Everything we had. But the main riches is the identity. Knowing the truth, knowing the last statutes and commandments, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? Next. Going on to verse 5, Jeremiah 5 and 5. Actually, I got one precept in verse 4. Psalms 147. There's an old precept by Psalms 147 and 19. He shewed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He had not dealt so with any nation. And Jacob and Israel is talking about the two nations. I mean, Israel was split into two. Yeah. Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the other tribes. The southern kingdom and northern kingdom. Right? It said, rain boy. He had not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Doesn't make you rich, man. Son, the Most High chose us above 18 nations upon this earth to deal with. This is an honor. You know? Verse 5 in Jeremiah. I will get me unto the great men, and will speak unto them, for they have known the way of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and the judgments of their power. But these have altogether broken the yoke and burst the bonds. And this is what the men the Lord be doing right now. Starting with the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, apostles of Harg coming downwards, and Yam Lab. You know, they've been in the highways and byways teaching this truth, pulling down strongholds. You know? Breaking bonds from off the necks of our people. Right, this is Isaiah. Isaiah 30 and 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity, which is this truth, and the water of affliction, which is this truth, which is this word, understanding these scriptures, because everything in these scriptures, it ain't easy for drink, you know what I mean? It ain't easy for drink at first. But when you get the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in you, and you realize that, hey, this is the truth, hey, you can drink this, it's like hot tea, easy. Anyways, and though the Lord give thee the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. They're talking about the men in the highways and byways, you know? Not in these churches, not in these buildings who claiming to be in the house of the Lord. We ain't dealing with that Christian bullshit. We're dealing with men in the highways and byways, according to prophecy, and the way how Yahweh Hashem Yahushai wanted to be. And they're talking about mainly Great Millstone. And other camps who teaching 100% true. Right? But thine eye shall see thy teachers, because we're in the streets. And thine ear shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left hand. You understand? You're gonna hear the words, because hey, we be banging out there. You can't say you ain't here. You know what I mean? Let's say 35 minutes. Isaiah 35 verse 8. And an highway shall be there, and a way and a way. You know, and it shall be called the way of holiness, because coming to this truth, you're gonna change. You know, you're gonna change, you're gonna become a new person. You become holy, you're gonna become separate again. You're not gonna be conformed to this world as you used to be. Right? The way of holiness. The unclean shall not pass over it, but it shall be for those. Who's those? 1/3 and the elect, 144,000 elect men. The wayfaring men, right? Thou fools shall not err therein. No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. Hey, do you see these pastors, these hypocrites? You know what I mean? They can't tread in this truth for too long, cause they get them agents in this truth, but they can't do nothing to the elect, man. You know, they can seem to deceive the elect, but they can't. Yeah, so not gonna prosper within this truth. This truth gonna cut them to the core, and they're gonna drop out, fall out, and they're gonna reveal themselves. Right? No lion shall be there, nor any ravenous beast shall go up thereon. It shall not be found there. But the redeemed shall walk there. And redeemed is the men who come back to this truth. The men in the highways and byways who pushing this truth right now in sincerity. And the ransomed of the Lord shall return. The ransom of the Lord is the Israelites, man. They're going to return. Yeah? And come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and singing shall flee away. Is this word here? Sighing shall flee away, because we're gonna be in everlasting joy in the kingdom, man. You know, in the kingdom, everything gonna be beautiful, very beautiful. We ain't got nothing to study in the kingdom. What build, serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and enslave these heathens. And this is just a quick lesson or a quick breakdown of this couple precepts here, so I ain't gonna too deep in it, but it's just, you know, hitting the surface. And with that, I hope this video was edifying. And once again, I want to give our praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash, and double thanks to the elders, apostles, the great and the stone for teaching this truth. You know, hey, shalom to the sincere came pushing this truth, bro. Shalom to the elect out there who serve years. Shalom.